coming at you at 900 terahertz. Education, liberation are my strength. Welcome. Let's get on the same wavelength. Whoa, I almost just messed up my own intro that I wrote. You know why? It's probably because I just spent like half the day in IKEA. If you like going to IKEA, I don't understand you. I hate that store. Every time I go to that store, I feel like a part of my soul dies. It seems like people genuinely go there to hang out, and I can't. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And the $1 hot dogs, meals made of human remains. Yeah, the meatballs. What do you think they're putting in the meatballs? I don't know, but you didn't hear it from me. Anyway, I hate that store. I hate the people that go there. I hate the furniture. But today's video is not about that. Well, I feel like whenever I go there, it is so exhausting because it's part of it is that it's so overstimulating. It's overstimulating. I can't deal. It exhausts my brain, it exhausts my mind, it exhausts my body, it exhausts my soul. How that relates to today, well, if you read the title, you can see. I will be taking a free online autism test. Yes, we are going today. We are going to determine if I am on the spectrum and where I fall on said spectrum. Why did I decide to do this? Well, because I think there's a lot of discourse online about autism and neurodivergence and such and such and such. And why do I kind of feel like we've moved the goalposts so far that it's almost like anyone and anything is considered neurodivergent? Is it just me? Am I the only one who thinks that? Like, I was eating my food yesterday. It was like boiled pork with broccoli and rice. And since I can remember, since I was a kid eating by myself, since I stopped drinking milk from a bottle or whatever, I can't mix my food. My food has to be separate. Okay, well, it can touch, like the meat can touch the vegetables and they can touch their starches and whatever, like they can touch, but I don't necessarily like to eat them together. I have to eat them separately. So I was just thinking, online they would probably say this is autistic behavior. But to me that just feels normal and like I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. I wouldn't make anything out of it. I'm just like, oh, that's just how I prefer to eat. And it's never really been an issue and no one's ever said anything. But I feel like there's certain circles online where they'll be like, oh my god, you're like they're trying to make everything mean neurodivergent, which just leads me to question, well, maybe there is no divergence. Maybe we all there's like just the full expression of humanity that exists. All the people on the planet, they have their own little idiosyncrasies, or whatever that word is. And yeah, maybe we just all do what we do. And it's because we live in this industrial Judeo-Christian capitalist hellscape where they say any behavior that's not conducive to the machine is inefficient. You're not a good worker. Therefore, we're gonna cast you out. We're gonna point you out and be like, oh, no, 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 that's not okay here. Look at this fool. Look, he's dumb. He's slow. He's arsler or whatever. You see what I mean? Like there's nothing if you are diagnosed as neurodivergent. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe we're internalizing the problem. Maybe we're sitting here saying, "Oh, look, you're just different. You're just special." No, no, no. No, no, no. Maybe it's not, you're not made for the system. The system isn't made for you. The system isn't made for any of us. The system is not made for any of us. The system is not made for any of us. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. But with that, I would like to complete an online test to see if I'm autistic. Or I'm just curious what they're gonna say. I'm just curious what they're gonna say. Because I don't know. I've just been living my whole life as me. So I don't know. I don't know. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a doctor that I've spoken to about this. Um, I have no clinical training to determine this. And this is just a free online test. It is not the end all be all. It virtually means nothing. Okay, so I don't want people watching this to be like, "Oh, look at you endorsing this." Listen, I'm just a fool in a basement with a camera, okay? I just want to have some fun. I just want to learn and have fun. So, with that, let's start. I have 3 tests that I found. Guys, and when I'm telling you, I literally just went free autism test. And these were the first things that showed up. No, I didn't use AI overview. Fuck that. Everyone is welcome except people who use AI. Like unapologetically. Anyway, these are the first 3 that came up. I'm just gonna do them in order as I found them. We're just gonna do them, whatever. Okay, let's let's get into this. Um, discover your autism trait profile. I already get the feeling that they're all. Wait, no. Discover your autism trait profile. Discover your autism trait profile. Discover your autism trait profile. Does anyone notice something here? Class? Class, are we noticing something here? All of the websites look the same and they kind of look the same and they're all telling me the same thing. So methinks we're gonna see a lot of repeat questions. This is just like a bot probably made this, and a bot is probably gonna calculate the results. Which we're not that's part of my disclaimer. Like, in no way is this medical advice. Do not take this too seriously. We're just trying to have some fun. I'm just trying to spark discourse, okay? But yeah, let's get into it. Oh, already this hard question. Select your gender, male or female. That's mean. You never ask a lady her gender. No, no, don't do this one. Which is just oh, Harvard, Yale, Berkeley. Oh, in the next video, I'd like to talk about why university is a scam. Okay, before you begin, rate each statement based on your personal opinion. Each statement has 5 options explained below. Strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly disagree. Am I the only one who, when I see this like 5 level thing, I sometimes I truly do feel neutral. I want to pick neutral, but I feel like that will just mess up your results. So I feel bad about picking neutral, even if I feel neutral about the question. What do you do in that situation? Anyway, okay. Select how well each statement applies to you. Oh, and we got 20 pages, I'm guessing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I often find it difficult to tell what someone is thinking just by looking at their face. I don't think so. I feel like I can sense it. I will say strongly, or sorry, disagree, because I don't think you can ever tell exactly what someone is thinking, but you can get an idea of what someone might be thinking looking at their face. I don't feel like I struggle with this, so I'm gonna pick disagree. Um, loud noises or bright lights often feel physically painful or overwhelming for me. Again, no, I kind of do like I love fireworks. I love fireworks. But I hate a lot of the celebrations in my area that where people go off put off fireworks are just colonizer shit. So sad. If I could have for my birthday, if I could have a fireworks display, sickening. Love it. I prefer to follow a strict daily routine and feel anxious if it changes. All right, okay, here's the thing. I do prefer to follow a routine. Is it strict? No. Um, do I get a bit anxious without a structure? See, I'm gonna say agree, just because I like to have an idea of what I might do or what might happen. But it's not necessarily strict. But I do like a routine. I do like somewhat of a schedule. And it does make me a bit worrisome if I don't have just like a little skeleton. Or maybe I should pick neutral for this one. No, I agree. I do. I can focus on a topic I love for many hours without. I mean, I feel like if you can't do this, I feel like to me this is just normal. If you love something, wouldn't you want to spend a lot of time doing it? And wouldn't like you won't be able to tell that time is passing. That just seems normal to me. Okay, let's see. I find it hard to start a task unless I have very specific instructions. Um, I kind of do agree with that one too. I like it. I prefer. One time I was volunteering at this thing and they had to set up tables for an event that was happening the next day. And there was like three people, there was multiple people in charge, but no single one of them could explain what the volunteers were supposed to do. So we were just putting stuff out, like setting the tables, and everything was going wrong, and I was just standing there like, someone just get all the volunteers and say, guys, we're gonna split you up and you do this is like, I really do appreciate if before I start a thing someone tells me exactly what they need me to do, and then I can. I'm gonna put strongly agree, because no, no. Give me instructions. Let me do it. I often script or practice conversations in my head before they happen. Okay, see, this depends, cause if I'm like, gonna talk about something that I love for hours, I don't really need a script for that. Um, I'll say agree, just because I will go over like what is it that I need, cause it's more efficient that way, right? I feel like I'm realizing some things as I'm going through this quiz. Um, I feel like it's better. Like, and when I say script, I don't want you guys to think that it's like like word for word, but it's just like I need to hit on this point, this point, and this point. You know? Yeah. So I do have a conversation in my head based off at least what I'm gonna say. I won't necessarily rehearse what they say because I don't know what the hell they're gonna say. I don't know, but I know I can control me. I can't control them. Um, certain textures like clothing tags or specific foods are unbearable to me. Um, honestly, some foods are unbearable to me. Not textures. I don't feel like I'm sensitive necessarily to textures. But definitely foods. I do actually care a lot about the texture of my food. And that's why I hate soup, because it's like one texture, and that's kind of boring and it's not satisfying on the tongue. I also really hate mousse. It makes me gag. Even if you're brushing your teeth and like it just foams up in your mouth, that kind of grosses me out. So yeah, I will say that I'm certain textures are unbearable for me. I have repetitive movements like tapping, rocking, fidgeting that calm me down. I tap my feet, but is it to calm me down? I just okay, I'll say because I do tap my foot. I tap or yeah, or like shake my foot kind of thing so much. So if I'm ever in the living room with my mom, she will be like, "Oh my God, stop!" So many times. So yeah, I do that as well. Mm, I tend to take things literally and sometimes miss sarcasm or jokes. No, I don't really. I do take things literally a lot because I expect you to say what you mean and mean what you say. However, um, I don't miss. Like I'm Yeah. I'm usually the one doing the sarcasm or the joke, so nah, I'm good in that department. I'm much better at noticing. See, I'm pretty big picture. Not that I can't recognize small details. I can notice small details, but I am actually pretty good at seeing the big picture. I actually like thinking in the big picture too. I think you need to understand the big picture before you go in. It's like a multi. Yeah. Okay. We'll move on. Select how well each statement applies to you. Oh, it's the same. Same. I find social gatherings extremely draining and need a lot of recovery time. No, I disagree. It that's why I hate. Okay, hold on. Let's chat about this for a second. I will say I am probably one of the most extroverted people on the planet. If I am alone for more than like 3 or 4 hours, I will start to get very hungry. I will start to get very tired. And I'll start to get very cold. Like I need warm bodies to siphon energy from. That's just the way I was made. I'm sorry. Um, but like, and in like I genuinely do thrive at like a nightclub or something. However, like it's not draining for me to be in that environment. However, I won't necessarily be socializing with the people. Like this is why I like a career as a DJ. I like being a DJ because I like being in that environment. There's lights, there's music, people are dancing, they're just like bodies on the floor. Except I'm like in a corner and I get to watch them. That's what I like about it. And I like being in an environment like that where I'm around a lot of people. And I don't mind socializing with people. I actually feel very energized after I've socialized with people. But I understand like there are this is not to say that socializing would never drain me, you know? Because I feel like that's a mischaracterization of extroverts in that you exerting yourself is going to be taxing no matter what. However, I feel like people who are extroverted have a higher threshold than people who are introverted. Mm, yeah, because I can think of situations where, like, are you ever just talking to people and you're like, oh my god, these people are so dumb. These people are so dumb. Get me out of here. I don't know. Like yeah, yeah. These people are so dumb. Get me out of here, and it's exhausting. I don't know. But like, if I'm with friends, people I'm cool with, then will. I find that after having a conversation with them or doing something or whatever, I will go like I go to bed and I would be like, I can't sleep because I'm still like high off of being in that environment. So strong disagree with me. I'm often told that I speak too loudly or softly. I am loud. I am loud. I'm very loud. I got in trouble in school for having a loud voice. So I will say, but I honestly I don't think it happens often. I think I do realize when I'm being loud, I guess. Um, I kind of find it difficult to make eye contact with when I'm talking to someone. No, I don't necessarily like making. um, I don't find it difficult to make eye contact with the person. I'm, I'm gonna say disagree, but I do sometimes think like, oh, have I been staring too long? Like, am I supposed to look somewhere else? So I understand the difficulty, but I can look at people. I get very upset if someone moves my belongings without telling me. No. But the thing is, I won't move someone else's belongings without telling them because I just don't want them to get upset. I don't want them to be like, "Oh my god, why are you touching my stuff?" But I don't necessarily. Now, if it's like like some randoms like my, but I won't leave my stuff unattended. I don't know. Yeah. I often lose track of what I was doing if I was interrupted. No. I'm actually very like if someone else is interrupted, then I'd be like, anyway, you were saying? Like I have all the tabs open in my head. I have a hobby or subject that I know almost everything about. I'm just gonna okay, I'm gonna say agree, but I don't think yeah, I'm gonna just say agree because I do like to know things. I do like to know a lot of things. I like things that I'm invested in. I care about. Yeah, 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 yeah. But that just again, that just seems like why wouldn't you? If like I think everyone should have things they care about, and I think that they should know about the things that they care about because they're invested in things that they care about because they care about them. I find it hard to know when it's my turn to speak and oh no. No, 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 no. I I think I think other people have a hard time. Like I kind of am I was gonna say dictator. No, but I do genuinely want everyone to feel included and have a like be able to participate. And I understand that some people are more reserved and like and stuff like that. So me being like I can be very when it comes to like expression. I can be very assertive and very domineering. However, because of that, I always try and use like I will use my abilities to assert dominance to make space for other people because I understand that they might not come with that. In school, people would always be like, "Oh, can you?" They would like single me out, like, "You ask the teacher if we can do," or like, like they would make me ask because I never had a problem, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." So, um, and if whether I know if it's my turn to speak in a conversation, I will make it my turn. So, no, I don't have trouble with that at all. Background noises that others ignore distract me. No, 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 no. I just feel they don't distract me because I feel like I can turn it on and off. You know, like do it like if I listen for the clock ticking in the other room, then I can hear it. If I listen for the fridge, then I can hear it, but I can very easily drown it out. It's like you know when you listen to a song and you can hear all the levels in the song, right? Okay. Um, I prefer to eat the same foods or use the same route every day. See, this is one that's tricky for me. I might have to stay. I don't mind eating the same foods or going the same route every day until one day I'll be like, you know, I'm gonna do something different. Like I don't particularly have a I don't have a problem with doing repetitive things. It's very nice to know this is how it's gonna go all the time. But I'm not afraid. I'm not too. It's not no. Oh yes, I feel a strong need to arrange objects in a specific order. Yes, I do. I do like it. But I'll put it no, because I do really like the fridge, the food cabinets, like the cupboards. I do like to make sure those things are put together. So yeah, I will say this. I often feel like I'm performing or masking to act normal in public. See, no, this is I don't have this because what's normal for me might not be what's normal for you, but I'm gonna act my normal. You're gonna act your normal, and that doesn't bother me. I'm not very sensitive to the way fabrics feel against my skin. No, I don't struggle to transition from one activity to another. See, I would love to share facts about my favorite topics, even if others aren't interested. But I also know there's a time and a place. Okay. See, I find it difficult to interpret unspoken social rules. I don't necessarily think I find it difficult to interpret the rules. I just find sometimes we have stupid rules. Sometimes we have stupid rules. Like you know how I don't know where you're watching me from, but I live in Canada. And Canada is like very similar to parts of America, minus certain give or take. Um, so I feel like they do this in America too, or maybe this is just like a white people thing. But like, I hate when people greet each other and they're like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" Like, and that's part of them saying hello to you, but they're not actually asking how you are. That bothers me. I understand that this is an unspoken rule where we're like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And you're supposed to respond good. You're never actually supposed to respond, "Oh my god, terrible." You see, I was doing. They don't want that. It's, "Hey, how are you?" Good, even if you're doing terribly. Um, I just don't. I don't get why we do this. Oh, hi, hello, good morning is sufficient. Don't ask me how I am unless you actually want to know how I am. Because now, when people ask me how I am, but they're asking how yeah, no, I feel like I'm unable to say how I am because I'm so used to, "How are you?" to mean good, thank you, you know, or like the fake politeness of it all when you like if you're eating at someone's house and they offer you, but I guess maybe this is like yeah, this social rule I don't get, and I feel like it's probably more common around the world. If you're eating dinner at someone's house and they say, "Oh, would you like some more?" You're like, "Oh, no, no, thanks, I'm good." And they're like, "No, no, really? Would you like some more?" And you have to like decline them a certain amount of times before you can be like, "Oh, yes, I would like more." If you want more, then just say yes the first time. But you're not allowed to do that because it's making you look greedy. It's making you look big backed. I don't. So like, I get we have certain rules, but I don't like them because I think they're stupid and they're a waste. So no, I don't find it difficult. Oh yes, this one. Oh my god, strong smells, perfume, or cleaning products can make me feel nauseous. Not necessarily cleaning products. I love the smell of bleach. I love a little Mystic Clean, a little Lysol, whatever. It's perfumes or not just like perfume, like shampoos, deodorants. If it's too, I like to buy things that are unscented. I feel happiest when they're unscented. A little like a light fresh smell is okay. But like when these girls are out here with these gourmand, like they smell like cookie butter, cupcake, chocolate, supreme sundae. I'm like, I hate it. 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 Or when the high school boys do the Axe body spray shower at their lockers. I can't do it. I can't do it. It makes my head hurt. Doesn't make me feel nauseous, but it makes my head hurt. But I'm gonna say strongly agree because I actually don't like smelling like anything most of the time. I tend to repeat certain words or phrases that I've heard recently. Doesn't everybody? Like if there's something funny, like you just be saying it? Doesn't everybody? Nah, I don't find. No, 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 no. Like, see, this is what I was talking about. I find it hard to organize my day without a written list or schedule. Um, I don't necessarily write a schedule down or like it's not rigid, but I do like to have an idea. So I have like a mental one up here that's like open and it's kind of fluid and free. I can organize without writing it down. This is too much for me then. This would cause anxiety also. People often describe me as being too honest or blunt. Nah, they don't. I have a very high or very low tolerance for physical pain. I don't. Can I just put neutral for that because I think I just have a like I don't know what a regular tolerance is, but I don't. I don't know. I probably have a high pain tolerance just because I'm like this hurts. I guess. I guess that's okay. I don't know. I I have stories that maybe I'll talk about another time, but like my ears, you can see my lovely beautiful ears. I'll just give you the short version. They're an inch. They're an inch. This is what 1 inch looks like. I stretched them to 1 inch, which is 25 millimeters or 2.5 centimeters, which is not that big. That's not big at all. That's this. They look small to me. But anyway, I started this process in like 2020, maybe 2021. I can't remember now, but it was around that time. So this is like about 4, 5 ish. Wait, is that even right? 5, 6 ish years it took me to stretch from like a regular piercing to this, which is actually a lot of time. But the thing is, I stretched really fast, which is what you're not supposed to do. Don't do not do that. You must be patient. You will be happier if you do. But I wasn't, because I was just going by the seat of my pants. So I would, I stretched up to like, yeah, I stretched up to 1 centimeter from a regular piercing to 1 whole centimeter, and that took me some time, some weeks, some months, which is probably supposed to be longer because I was doing it incorrectly. Um, and then I took a break there, and then I was like, "Ah, I'm unsatisfied. I wanted them to be bigger." So then I went from there to 3/4 of an inch, which is like 18 or 19 millimeters. And then I recently just went up to an inch this like spring, summer. Um, but this was all spaced out. Anyway, in the beginning, I would just, because I was doing it incorrectly, it was very, very painful. And I had a lot of issues. I had a lot of setbacks. They're healthy and great now. My ears are in healthy and great condition. So don't even worry about it. But just at the time, that is probably one of the most painful things I've ever experienced, I would say. Um, but it also was like it was so painful that I couldn't sleep, but I didn't it's like my mind wasn't like it was like, "Oh, this is painful," but my body was like, "No, no, this is painful. This is actually a problem." Because I guess there was I forgot what size I was at, but sorry, so I should have put a trigger warning that's this is gross. But I'm not really describing anything graphic, but it's just I forgot what size they were stretched at, but they were really swollen and aching, and it was just not a fun time. And it was interrupting my sleep, but I didn't even realize it was interrupting my sleep. I was just like, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, what's going on? I'm so uncomfortable. I didn't even click in my mind that, oh, maybe this is your body telling you should actually take this out and give it a rest. But it got to a point where I was like, okay, this doesn't look right. So I took them out, and then the relief that my body felt, I can't describe it. It was literally like my mind was like, "Oh yeah, okay." But my body was like, "Alarms, alarms, alarms." So when I took it out, it was like I felt like, "Oh, so this is what comfort feels like." So yeah, I do think that I have a warped perception of pain tolerance. I find unexpected visitors at my home very stressful. Not necessarily. Like if it like but again, this is situational because if it's like random people from the church or something coming over and like, no thanks. But if it's like friends or relatives, that's exciting. So, wait a minute. I notice patterns in numbers, nature, and music that others don't see. Isn't this isn't this normal? Like, doesn't everybody? Okay, moving on. I often mimic the gestures or accents of people I'm around. No. But I also feel like this is like to a certain extent, it's not necessarily full on code switching, but to a certain extent, we will, you know, gesture like the people around us at a given time. I'm bothered by the flicker of fluorescent lights. Yeah. I don't like fluorescent lights. I don't know who invented them, but we should just agree to get rid of them. I don't like it. I struggle to start big projects and I don't know where to begin. Start anywhere. Just start. Just start. I find comfort in repetitive motions like spinning or pacing. Not necessarily. No, I don't actually. I find it difficult or hard to understand what people mean when they use metaphors. No. I'm very picky about the temperature of my food and drinks. But here's the thing. Okay, no, I'm not very picky about it. But I was just gonna say, I am particular about it. Like I like my cold foods to be cold, and I like my hot foods to be hot. I don't like if you have leftovers and you're reheating them, right? I'm very good at using a microwave. I'm very good at using a microwave. Um, People always ask me, "Oh, how long did you put that in for?" Anyway, if you're microwaving leftovers and you put it in for however long, and you take it out and you poke around and you feel like, okay, oh wow, these parts are warm, and you keep eating it and you get a bite and it's like still frozen, like not frozen, it's still cold. Yeah, that's an absolute no go for me. I have to make sure that everything is nice. So I am particular about the food, but I'm not picky about it because actually I am. No, I don't do this. Again, like a general idea is good enough for me, and then I'm just gonna wing the rest of it related to my specific interests. Um, yeah, I would like to do more of that, but yeah, but like again, this just seems like a normal interested behavior. I often feel clumsy or have trouble with my physical coordination. No, no. I find it hard to keep a conversation going if the topic isn't interesting to me. No, because like sometimes I fully just won't feel like talking about myself. So please do all the talking. You just have to sit there and listen. If you like what is it called? This literally I don't know if it's a hold on 1 second. Um so I've seen people like have you ever heard of the forward method? Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. We can literally just pull like ask them about those things and you can keep the conversation going like because people want to talk about themselves. They will just talk and talk and talk and talk. So just pull from there. Ask them about their family, ask them what they do, ask them what they do for fun, ask them what they want to do. That is usually, yeah, good enough. But there's also, I guess people are saying, sorry, I just pulled this up. um sorry, whoa. Hefe. 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 The Hefe method. Hobbies, entertainment, food, and environment. This one's also appropriate. But that's just my tips for you. If you're having difficulty conversing with people that you don't necessarily like with, you can just ask them about this stuff, and then they will do all the work. They will do all the work. You just have to be like, oh, okay, wow. So what about this? Like just asking the occasional question there, and it usually works pretty well. I get very frustrated when a plan is canceled at the last minute. Not necessarily. It's disappointing, but is it frustrating? No, it's not really stressful. Depending on what the plan is, but as a general rule, no, I wouldn't be that bothered. It's just unfortunate if you really want to go to a thing. Yeah, it's disappointing. I find it difficult to estimate how much time a task will take. No. Am I right? No. But I think I can. No, no, no. Um, rock my body back and forth. Yeah, I will move. I'm excited. Does anyone like this? But actually, okay, wait, hold on, no, 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 no. Because I know I agree that it's confusing or pointless because if I'm at like the doctor's office or something and they're like, oh, we would like to see you now. I'm falling into the back room and then they're just like, don't say anything to me. You don't need to. I don't mind if you do, but I don't actually need you to, and I don't want you to do to do that. Like I'm okay if you don't talk to me. I'm okay with like standing in an elevator with a person saying nothing, whatever. But I understand that it's not necessarily entirely pointless in that if you like you're not close with the person, you don't know this person, what is their relation to you? They're like the receptionist or whatever. You kind of do want some sort of like warmth in society generally. You want there to be some sort of, or some people need that. So I actually do get it, but I don't enjoy it. It's not that I'm not capable of partaking in it, but nah, nah. I don't like alone time. Nah. My interests are eating and drinking. Now what? Find it hard to filter a background conversation in a busy room. No, unless they're being like they're saying some really wild shit. Then unfortunately, I have to listen in. mm. I have a strong preference for soft, comfortable clothing. I don't have a strong preference. Nah. When there are too many options. No, I feel like I'm very good at making decisions for myself. If there's like other people that are factored in, then I feel bad for picking, but if it's up to me and if they give me consent, then I can easily choose what I'm thinking. No, I actually don't. I don't realize I'm being too loud until someone tells me no, because I know when I'm being loud. Like a very unpleasant. No, I'm literally a part fish, so not necessarily. I can remember specifically. Yes, this one is. Where should I put my little face? Okay, I'll put myself down here. Yes, I can because I will literally be like, oh, remember that time this, or someone will be talking about, oh yeah, remember we did this thing, and then I'll say, yeah, on this day at this, and then did this and did this, and then they're like, oh, how do you remember? Why do you remember these things? I don't choose to. I just do. I just can. Find it stressful to talk to people I don't know well. No, it can be exciting sometimes. I'm very sensitive to the vibe or emotional energy of a room. Yeah, I can be in that I can read the room. Like, oh, these people don't seem like they're happy right now. Let me not do too much. That kind of thing. But not sensitive as if it's like to the point where it's gonna affect me. Like I'm not gonna match their. I'm gonna match their energy for courtesy, but not out of. Oh no, something's going on inside of me. No. Um, neutral. Nah, nah, nah. No. I find it hard to maintain friendships over a long period of time. No. Mm, no. No. I don't necessarily get stuck on a thought and can't let it go. If this ever happens, then that just means I'm thinking about it. Like I want to think about it, and I want to think myself through it. So it's not like, oh, I can't let it go because I'm ruminating it. It's because I'm working through it. So I have a strong sense of justice and fairness. Yeah, I do. I do. Sorry. I often misinterpret the tone of a text or a message or an email. No, I don't really think too much of it. Um, no. No. Can you see the bottom question? Okay, the bottom question is I find it difficult to multitask effectively. No. I can do it. Do I like to? Nah. I do like to categorize them. I do like to categorize them. I don't shut down or stop speaking when I'm overwhelmed. I think I would just say I'm overwhelmed. I need to leave. Yeah, it can be calming to look at patterns. It depends. I prefer to work alone rather than a group. No, I always like to work in a group because it's either like it can be nice and collaborative and we actually get to do make a cool thing, or all of you other bitches shut up, let me carry you to the finish line because I don't want you meddling in my shit. I'm very aware of the internal sensation of my body, my heartbeat. Not necessarily, unless you're like focused on your heartbeat. I often forget where I put my keys, phone, and wallet. No. I know all because I put them in the same place all the time, so I always know where they are. I have a deep fascination with how things work. Yeah. Not necessarily engines, but like I will see, oh, how does that? And then I'll have to research it for the whole day. I find it hard to lie, even if it's just a white lie. But like, I'm not a liar, but I will tell a tall tale. I get very anxious if I have to go to a new place for the first time. Um, Not to the point where it's debilitating. I do think that's normal to have a little bit of anxiety. Like I need to figure out what's the what when am I gonna leave and how like my route that I'm gonna get there. But it's just like like a inconvenient. Like, oh, I have to think about this thing. Ugh. But it's not necessarily like debilitating. Oh my god, how am I gonna do this? I guess, right? If I'm doing it alone, then it's stronger than if you're doing it with people. I often rub my hands together or tap my fingers in a specific rhythm. No, unless I'm doing it to the beat of a song. I find it difficult to look at someone's face while I'm listening to them. No, I will stare at them. I'm easily startled by sudden movements or noises. No. I struggle to manage my finances or pay bills on time. No. I think the banks struggle to. I want to like be so on top of it. The banks are struggling to keep up with me. I find it hard to stop talking about my favorite subject. No, I would like I can talk about my look, this video is already like 40, 50 minutes long. Um, I can talk about my favorite subjects. Let me just put it like that. But I also don't have a problem stopping because I can read the room and like, oh no, these people are not interested, or I won't say this here. I often feel like I'm on a different wavelength than other people. Yeah, yeah. That's why I say let's get on the same wavelength because I want to understand you and I want you to understand me. Understood? I prefer the same seat in a classroom or restaurant every time. Nah, as long as it's a good seat. I'm very sensitive to the bitterness or spice in foods. No. Well, do I like bitter foods? Do I like spicy foods? No. Can I eat them? Yeah. Like I don't. seek out spicy foods and I don't seek out bitter foods, but if I'm not gonna be over fixated on the bitter notes and spicy notes in a particular foods. So no. Um Actually no, I don't. I find it difficult to recognize people if I see them out of context. No! Oh my god, are you kidding me? I'm like the CIA up here. I'm like, oh, is that person? Oh my god. Oh, look at that. That's that. Like I remember everything and I remember everyone's face. I remember everyone's face. I often feel overwhelmed in shopping malls or groceries. See, I started this video we're talking about how I'm overwhelmed in IKEA, but it's literally only IKEA. Like I can go to the grocery store fine. I love a trip to the grocery store. Um, I just hate IKEA because it's arranged like a horrible, like a horror. Have you ever played that Roblox game, SCP-3008? That's what IKEA feels like. That's what being in IKEA feels like. I find it hard to follow a conversation if there's music playing. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. No. But I do find it hard to do like if homework or do work while there's music on. That like I remember in my grade 12 math class, the teacher didn't like it when people had earbuds in, but then towards the end of the semester, she reluctantly let people put their earbuds in, and I just never put them in, and I think she might have said something about it, but like I'm doing math, I'm doing my computation. This is fun for me, so I don't need music in my head to help me focus because I'm focused on whatever it is I'm doing. Um, if I'm typing something, I especially can't have music, particularly lyrics, because I'd rather focus on the music. That's just how my brain works. The only time I can have music while I'm doing a task, it's like working out. You can have music because you want to distract yourself from what you're doing. Um, Doing the dishes, put music on. But like anything that requires my brain power, music requires my brain power. Therefore, I cannot listen to music. I cannot just simply listen to music. I'm very good at recognizing patterns in data or behavior. Probably not. Probably not. No, I don't lose my train of thought mid sentence. I find comfort in doing the same thing at the same time every week. Mm, yeah, yeah, because it gives me like a thing to, you know, I probably do have my own unique way of moving. I just don't know it. Okay, guys, we are on the last page. This one. This one! I feel a physical itch to correct someone if they state a wrong fact. Don't ask questions in my presence. Please ask questions, but don't you dare say shit that's incorrect with full confidence, because I will get you for it. And am I saying this as someone who says things that are incorrect? Yes, but I will always correct myself if I think I've been wrong. And that's most of the time. So I'm always here correcting myself. And I usually never state things as if I'm some complete authority. I will just be like, "Oh, so this thing." But I don't know though. Like you always soften it with a but I don't know though. I find it hard to know how much personal information to share. The answer is simple, none. Don't. Just like as little as possible. I'm very sensitive to the feeling of dryness on my skin. Like what does this mean? Like if you have ashy knees or something? Cuz I wash my hands a lot Um, yeah, so when they're dry, I hate it. And I feel like I have dry skin in general. I feel like my skin leans a bit dry, like my face is just dry and is gonna be cracked and terrible all the time. So I literally just use raw shea butter because it feels the best. I find it difficult to wait my turn in the line. No, no, no. I prefer animals or objects over socializing with most people. No, no. Well done. Oh my god, they're gonna make me like give my email and stuff, aren't they? You completed the autism test. Look at all these bots. These are literally freaking AI people. Look, this is the same person. Hold up. Wait, no. Ugh. Y'all said this was free. You guys said this was free. No, I don't want 20. I don't want a premium. Can you just give me like a 1-2? Guys, can you just give me a 1-2? I just want to know. Is there like a short version? Fuck. Where's the one that's 5 minutes? Okay, I think this one's 5 minutes. We have time to do this one, right? Oh, they're gonna charge me, aren't they? Oh, there's 78 guy. What? Guys, my test is being prepared. I just want to I just want them to say yes or no. Oh my god, it's the same. It's the same. I thought, wait, someone said that it was 5 minutes. This one said that it was 5 minutes. Um, I guess. Mm, no, 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 yes, no, 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 no. Well, actually, sometimes. No, no, yes, no, no, nah, yes, yes, no, no, yes. Thank you. Mm-mm, 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 mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-mm, mm-mm, no, mm-mm, yeah, mm, mm-hmm, yeah, yes, no, 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 no. I mean, like, you kind of should. No, almost there. Almost there, guys. Uh, no, Um, sometimes. Actually, I've been told this. No. Wait. Yes, I do actually. Yes. Oh my God, yes! This is what I was just describing in the beginning. Yes. Yes! No. Yes! Yes! No. Um, yeah. Um, Probably. Yeah. No, I think I have empathy for all things. No. No. I mean, I feel misunderstood by people. No. Deeply misunderstood? But how do I know if maybe I neurotypical or not? I often feel deeply misunderstood by neurotypical people. Okay, I do feel misunderstood. No. Um, yeah. No. 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 Yeah, spoiler. I mean, I'd rather not say, I guess. What's my education? Duh. Continue. This is literally an AI person. This is an AI person. Olivia Parker, you're not real. Your result may surprise you. Your full report reveals hidden sensory and cognitive powers patterns, a powerful tool for understanding your brain. My results are confidential, but I'm gonna show them to all of you guys. Yes. I don't mind you guys seeing my business email. I don't mind. I don't mind. Please send me an email. Send me an email. Say hello. Let's see. Unlock for guys, they're scamming people. They're scamming people. Get my report now. No, guys, is there like a freemium or something? I'm not paying $1. Wait. Save $85. Oh, God. Julia's not real. All right, okay, fine. You guys are not real. You guys are not real. These people are not real. This is not- None of this is real. Um, well, I guess that's that, right? That's that. I took the test. Well, they didn't let me see any of my results, but let me know, people in the comments, let me know based off of the way I answered the questions. Let me know what you think. Did you get some of the same results? Or sorry, not results. Did you answer the same way? Do you agree? Am I just crazy? Sorry, I can't see which way. Am I just crazy? I don't know. That's the thing. I understand that I feel like we don't talk about all the ways that neurodivergent neurodivergence can manifest itself, because I feel like for me, socially, I feel like I can get along pretty well actually. I don't have a problem talking to people. I don't have a problem in social situation, none of that. Like I can get along well, so there's nothing really going out into the world and interacting and engaging with a community is not debilitating for me. But based off of the way I answered and like based off of what they asked on all the tests and stuff, I feel like I'm noticing some patterns about the patterns of my brain, and that it's like it seems very internal for me. Like I like patterns, I like routine more or less, that kind of thing. Um, is that sufficient to say, oh, hey guys, I'm neurodivergent? Like, I don't know. Because to me, I'm normal, and all you bitches are weird. Um, I don't know. But like, just remember what I said at the beginning of the video when I was talking about how maybe we should just embrace the full spectrum of humanity, and there maybe there is no such thing as neurodivergence, just because it's the system that's fucked, not you. Like your mind and your body is exactly the way that it's supposed, like that it's gonna function, and that's fine, because everyone has their own ways of functioning. And it's because we're living in a one size fits all system. Tune in next time when I talk about how the whole education system is a crock of shit, and how university is shit, and it's like the work culture is shit. Like the world is not conducive to life. And I want you to think about that. The world is not conducive to life. That's all from me today. Goodbye.